Ever wondered why we celebrate April Fool's Day? Well, you are not alone. This day of jest and jocularity, celebrated on the 1st of April each year, is shrouded in a cloud of mystery that stretches back centuries. Now, there are some theories out there. Some speculate that it all started with the switch from Julian to Gregorian calendar in 1582 in France. You see, those who did not get the memo and continued celebrating the new year in April were made the butt of jokes and pranks. Sounds like a plausible start, right? And then there is another theory that links the origins of our beloved pranksters' holiday to the ancient Roman festival of Hilaria. A day filled with merriment and masquerades, Hilaria was a time when Romans would let loose and enjoy a good laugh. So, while the precise origins remain a bit of a mystery, the joy of playing pranks on this day is a tradition that has been around for quite some time. Now let us dive into how this tradition spread across the globe, shall we? Picture this. The year is 1700, and the folks in England decide to popularize a tradition of playing practical jokes on the first day of April. It is like they woke up one morning and said, "Hey, let's make this day all about fun and laughter and let's call it April Fool's Day." Now, as you can imagine, this idea took off like a firecracker in a haystack. By the 18th century, it had spread all over Britain. But, oh no, the Scots were not about to be left out of all the fun. They added their own unique twists to the tradition. Ever heard of hunting the gowk or taily day? Well, in Scotland these became part and parcel of April Fool's Day. Hunting the gowk, if you are wondering, involves sending someone on a fool's errand. Imagine being sent to fetch something that does not exist, or being told to deliver a message that sends someone else on another pointless task. And taily day? That is all about pranks involving the posterior region, if you catch my drift. Now here comes the fun part. The pranks often involved paperfish and fake tails. You are probably thinking, what is up with that? Well, these symbols were meant to represent gullibility and foolishness. A paperfish, for instance, was a subtle way of calling someone an easy catch, or, in other words, a fool. A fake tail, on the other hand, signified being the butt of the joke, and that is how our fun and foolish April Fool's Day traditions spread across the pond. What about the pranks, you ask? Well, they have certainly evolved over the years. Some of the most memorable hoaxes have certainly left us laughing and scratching our heads in disbelief. Remember the BBC's spaghetti crop report? Yes, that is right. The British Broadcasting Corporation once fooled an entire nation into believing that spaghetti grew on trees. And who can forget the time Taco Bell announced it was purchasing the Liberty Bell, one of America's most iconic symbols of independence. But these pranks are not just limited to media organizations. Brands have also jumped on the bandwagon, creating elaborate corporate stunts and fake news reports. For instance, on one April Fool's Day, a popular beverage company announced a new invisible flavor of drink. Talk about a thirst for humor. And let's not forget the classic pranks that have stood the test of time. From plastic-wrapped toilets to fake spiders in your friend's bed, these traditional pranks are still popular today, reminding us of the fun and lighthearted nature of this tradition. It is a day that encourages creativity, wit, and a good sense of humor. Over the years, the tradition of playing pranks and hoaxes on April Fool's Day has certainly evolved, but its essence remains the same. It is a day to let loose, have fun, and share a laugh with friends, family, and even strangers. So, whether you are planning to trick your friends with a classic prank or you are a brand looking to pull off an elaborate hoax, remember that the goal is to bring a smile to someone's face. After all, April Fool's Day is all about laughter and good-natured fun. From spaghetti crops to buying national monuments, April Fool's Day pranks have definitely kept us laughing. So, what is the real essence of April Fool's Day? It is not just about the spaghetti crops, the Liberty Bell purchase, or even hunting the gowk. Sure, the origins of this day are as elusive as a well-executed prank, and yes, the hoaxes have evolved from paperfish to elaborate corporate stunts. But the heart of April Fool's Day? That lies in the laughter, the joy, and the camaraderie that good-natured humor and fun pranks bring. It is about making the world a little lighter, one joke at a time. Ha. And that, my friends, is what makes April Fool's Day a tradition that continues to tickle our funny bones.
Thank you for watching. Hope you found this video informative and entertaining. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. We do like to know and hear your feedback. And if you have the means, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where we post bonus material. Till next time, this is Geeky Tidbits, saying cheers, and have a good day.